Hi, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Jen, or just Jen, and I am here to do a series that I've been wanting to do for a really long time now, where I take a TV show and analyze it. And what I mean by that is I take the plot and I find the plot holes and the contradictions inside of it. And I'm starting with my favorite TV show, which is House of Anubis. And before we get started, I want you guys to know that I am a huge fan. I'm wearing Nina's locket already just because it makes it more real. But I'm not cheating. I'm not, what I know is what I know. This piece of paper in front of me is literally the episode titles because I don't want to start talking and then just go off on a whole little tangent here. I want to stay true to what I want to say and what I need to say, and everything else will come later. But this is only season 1 episode titles. Like, I promise you, it's just season titles. It's not answers or anything like that. I don't need answers. It's all up here. And there's nothing behind here. This is a box that I'm going to talk about when we get to season 2. This is a picture that one of my friends made for me. Which I will explain all of this later, and then something my friend actually painted for me, and then this will become discussed later. But let's talk about House of Anubis. This episode, or this video, is just going to be talking about the show itself. Because in order to understand the show, you have to know what it's about. And if you don't know what the show is about, this is what you need to watch. You need to watch this episode first. If you know what the show is about, you've seen it, all of that, I'm coming out with a video where I will be explaining how season 1 and season 2 are the only seasons in this show that actually matter, and how season 3 basically cannot happen, and how contradicting it is. If you haven't seen the show and you want to watch it, you can watch it on Paramount Plus. All 3 seasons are there. There's season 1, season 2, and season 3. They also have a 90-minute special, but that's not on Paramount Plus as far as I'm aware. Season 1 of House of Anubis is on Netflix. Other than that, I've bought it on Google Play. I can loan you my DVDs. Here, let me get them for you. Here you go. Oh, wait, sorry. Forgot I can't just hand them through the computer. Anyways, let's talk a little bit of backstory for House of Anubis. It can be a little cheesy or cringy, but keep in mind, season 1 is a 2011 show. Season 1 aired January 1st, 2011 through February 19th, 2011. It has a total of 60 episodes, and the first episode is 5 episodes combined into one: House of Secrets, House of Attitudes, House of the Blackbird, House of Dares, House of Lies. It's about an hour long. And then the rest of the episodes are going to be 2 episodes into one: House of Locks, House of Eyes, House of Agendas, House of Keys, House of Discovery, House of Hyper. Continuing on. Then when we get to the final episode, it's going to be another hour-long episode with 5 episodes combined into it: House of Hush, House of Spice, House of Sting, House of Never, and House of Forever. However, when we see these episodes, usually they only come with the one. So the first episode is just House of Secrets, and the last one is House of Forever. But they are the longer of the two episodes of season 1. Season 2 will be the same way with the 2 episodes: House of Hello, House of Dolls, and continuing on. Only 2 episodes. Season 2 aired January 9th, 2012 through March 9th, 2012, and has a total of 90 episodes. It's a lot longer than the other 2 seasons. Personally, season 2 is my favorite, and I will explain why once we get there. And finally, season 3, the season that I actually cannot stand, aired January 3rd, 2013 through April 11th, 2013, with a total of 40 episodes. After season 3 was a very dark season. Now, season 1 and season 2 both aired on Nickelodeon. However, when season 3 came out, they had to switch over to Teen Nick due to how dark and evil this season became. As well as The Touching of Raw aired on Teen Nick on June 17th, 2013. If we're counting when it aired in the UK, that would be June 14th, 2013. My bad. So let's start with let's just dive right into the foundation because this is going to be a lot of foundation. And I want to make sure this does not last 2 hours. So we could begin in House of Secrets when Nina comes to the boarding school. She's an American coming to England. Now, this place is a real place in Liverpool, England called Allerton Towers. The only thing that was actually changed for the show was the House of Anubis, the door that was on there. If you look up pictures of it, you will see that the door was a custom built for the actual show. Season 1, episode 1, again, Nina's coming back to this boarding school, and Nina arrives and Joy Mercer goes missing. Well, that's kind of weird. Don't know why, don't know how, but the whole thing for season 1 is what has happened to Joy.
I need to know what's happened to Joy.
And at the beginning, at least when this aired, I actually cared. Then once I got to know Joy, I no longer cared. But that's for later. I see I'm already getting ahead of myself. So Joy goes missing, and Nina has taken her space. As far as we are aware, that's what we think. However, not everyone really thinks it, but Patricia Williamson, she does not like Nina. She thinks she has something to do with Joy's disappearance, and she is determined to get to the bottom of it. Because one minute she's sitting next to Joy in class, and the next minute she's gone, and Nina has taken her place.
Oh, come on. 1 minute I'm sitting next to Joy in class, and the next she's disappeared and you've taken her place. Bit of a coincidence, don't you think?
I intentionally said that. And hopefully you'll get a lot more of that out of me throughout this video. If not, sorry, I can quote it, but sometimes, the quotes don't just really line up. However, Patricia is just determined to get to the bottom of this, and Victor's not having it. He's a caretaker. He's kind of weird, but he kind of just also exists. As far as we're aware, we don't really know what's going on. Everything just seems crazy and chaotic in this moment. But we have Fabian, and we love Fabian. He's so sweet to Nina. They're going to become something. At least they should become something. We're so invested in them. At least for now we are. But episode 1, Nina meets a girl or an older lady by the name of Sarah Frobisher Smythe, who says, "That's my house."
That's my house.
Nina tells her, "No, it's just a school."
I don't think so. It's a school.
Okay, it's your house.
That's my house. Okay, it's your house. Kind of suits you.
Sarah knows who Nina is. Doesn't that seem so crazy? When we see it, we kind of don't know really. Again, we don't know what to think because there's so much that's going on. We're not sure how to think, how to feel. But Sarah gives Nina this locket. And she tells her to hide it. Keep it safe. Actually, no, she tells her to hide it or they'll take it away from you. They take everything away from you in the end.
Quick, now take this. But keep it well hidden, or they'll take it away from you. They take everything away from you in the end.
Thinking of a different quote. So that's Nina hides it. No one can see it now. It's gone, out of the picture. But little does Nina know what she's really getting involved in. She's getting involved in a mystery involving Egyptian relics. Okay. Please enlighten us. It all starts with Patricia's initiation to Nina, where she has Nina steal Victor's spare attic key to go up to the attic and bring something back. However, Nina goes into the attic, but Patricia locks Nina in the attic. Victor hears a commotion, comes around. Nina sneaks up to the attic, and her locket opens up a secret panel in the attic. Victor doesn't find her. Well, what does this mean? The next time Nina goes into the attic, she brings Fabian along with her. She shows Fabian the panel and the portrait she found earlier. The portrait of this girl that's inside of her locket. What does it mean? I don't know what it means. It's all just so confusing. It's actually not. But in this moment, we don't know what to think. In House of Locks and House of Eyes, this is when everything really just starts to happen. Fabian gets involved, and they're in the attic, and boom! The house does its magic. The picture of Sarah, that's who it is, the pictures of Sarah Frobisher Smythe as a girl. It shifts over, and Fabian sees the Egyptian hieroglyphics on the back of the painting.
It looks like Egyptian hieroglyphics.
Okay, this symbol here, that means terraced hill, or stairs. And then this one means buried or underneath. And this one is the number 8. So, what if the treasure is buried underneath the 8th stair?
The Egyptian hieroglyphics bring them to underneath the 8th stair. Now take a brief pause right here. We have the hieroglyphics here, but also behind this panel, we have a box. We have 2 boxes. One box is locked. The other has cylinders in it. One of those cylinders, spoiler alert, has a clue inside of it for this whole mystery that they're about to be solving here. But they don't know it yet. They're not really going to look into it. Underneath the 8th stair. They take this underneath the 8th stair, go to the underneath the 8th stair. They get a key. That key opens a locked box. And there's a puzzle piece. It's a weird shaped puzzle piece. It's like a 3-tiered type thing. And they find this during Mick and Amber's getting back together party. Now, Mick and Amber are not a couple that I really stan. But I did enjoy this scene from House of Discovery, House of Hyper. I thought it was super funny, and I liked how they stood up for Nina after what they put her through. But it doesn't stop there. Nina doesn't really tell anyone except for Fabian what's going on. They're like their own little thing. But they're not a thing. They're just super flirty with each other. As we continue, Nina's trying to open this puzzle piece in the girls' bathroom in school. Amber snaps a photo of it.
What are you hiding? What are you hiding? Tell me, or I'll go to Mr. Sweet and tell him you're doing something weird and I don't know what it is. Or something.
So Nina has to tell Amber. But it's not a bad thing because people think Amber Millington is dumb, and Amber Millington is not dumb. In fact, she's actually really smart. And you know what? I don't care that she's not textbook smart. She's smart in the way that it matters for the sake of the show. She is Sabuna smart, and that's where we're going next. Sarah gets really freaked out with Nina when she brings Fabian to see her, because she doesn't want anyone knowing about the mystery and it falling into the wrong hands, which tells you that she's been burned before by the wrong people. We kind of know who. We have an idea of who it could be. However, when she brings Amber, because Amber's now involved in this whole little mystery gang business, it becomes intriguing. Sarah looks And Nina and Amber listened to one of the recordings where young Sarah on the recording said, "Sometimes I see their faces in the mirror, but I know they're not there."
Sometimes I see their faces in the mirror, but I know they're not there.
And when they visit Sarah in the home, Nina begins to tell her, "We heard a girl's voice on the recording." And then Sarah says it. "Sometimes I see their faces in the mirror, but I know they're not there."
Sometimes I see their faces in the mirror, but I know they're not there.
And that's when it clicks. That was a really bad snap. Nina and Amber get back to school and alert Fabian of what just happened. And Amber makes a whole big deal about it. This is happening in House of Intruders, House of Proof, when Amber creates Sabuna. We're the only three people at Creepy Towers who know about this. We're a gang, posse, club, whatever you want to call it. I think we should make it official. Sabuna. Right hand, right eye. Sabuna.
Right. Creepy little girl Sarah says, sometimes I see them in the mirror. Crazy old lady Sarah totally just said the same thing. Coincidence? I think not.
She's definitely the girl in the recordings.
And what about the murder?
Yeah, we kind of lost her by then. Something about tipping the scale.
Okay, so I've had a really important idea. We're the only 3 students at Creepy Towers who know all about this. We're a club, gang, posse, whatever you want to call it. I think we should make it official. Sabuna.
Sabuna?
Anubis, backwards. See what I did there? I'm a little bit of a genius.
A little bit.
I know.
If you made it this far in the video, congratulations! You are now Sabuna, and I'm glad you're part of the team. So go ahead and leave a comment, Sabuna. It's Anubis backwards. See what I did there? I'm a little bit of a genius. All by Amber Millington. So now the mystery gets real. They decide to make their initiation much more secure by doing a sacrifice. Amber burns a picture of herself. Nina does her lucky mascot, and Fabian has to put his signed book of the solar system as our friend. Yes, that is what he had to burn for this ritual. And the puzzle piece rolls down the hill and opens. So we're not really sure what the combination to this 3-tiered puzzle thing is, but we do know the riddle. When daytime ends at midday, through the tears of glass, the eye shall see. However, when Nina says it, she doesn't say the full thing. She says, when daytime ends at midday, through tears of glass, the eye shall see. Though the word "the" is not important, she skips right over it.
Any luck?
No. I've tried every single possible combination.
Oh.
Except that one, obviously.
What's in it?
When daytime ends at midday, through tears of glass, the eye shall see. What does that mean?
But they don't know what that means. They really don't. As we continue, we still have Patricia trying to figure out what has happened to Joy. She goes to the police, she goes to the new teacher, she goes to Mr. Sweet, she tries everything, but nothing works because Victor has so much power in his little pinky that she can't find anything because everyone she goes to is involved. The cop is involved. Everyone's involved. Everyone is involved. The teachers are involved. It's all, and it doesn't make sense. Like, why, how does Victor have this much power over the new teacher? It happens. And at first it doesn't make sense, but later it will. But now we have to go on. Let's go on with our mystery. When daytime ends, sunset, when the sun goes down, through the tears of glass, in the hallway is a chandelier with tears of glass. When the sun comes through, boom, beam, lock it on the panel, boom, Nina gets another puzzle piece, and it's like this little stick thing. And another puzzle piece. Just another thing we know nothing about. So we have all that. And they got to open it because there's got to be something inside of it, right? There's got to be a clue. Boom, pop it open. Another riddle. Ket is a place to find, and there in the flames you must look behind.
What's inside?
Ket is the place to find, and there in the flames you must look behind.
Originally, I think fireplace, place of fire. That's supposed to be reversed, but you get what I mean. Yeah, it wasn't the fireplace. It was this oven that was, guess what? Can only be opened with Nina's locket. And it takes them down into the cellar. You know, a place that they shouldn't be going into because of Victor's rules. But you know what? This is Sabuna. We take risks. And so they go into the cellar. They're looking around. They see all of Victor's weird concoctions and all of his insanity, honestly. But they find a tethering ring. Yes, a tethering ring. But there's a lot of numbers on the inside.
Ugh. Guys, look on the wall. Flames.
There in the flames, you must look behind.
That's easy. It's even got like a ring pull thing on it. May as well say pull me on it.
That's not a ring, Columbus. It's a tethering ring to tie animals to.
Seemed like such a good plan. Look! Numbers. A code? Sabrina!
I actually have. Now, I know, I said I'm a genius at this, but I don't know all of these numbers because there's a lot of numbers. And you know, I'm really not good at math. No, that's not it. This is it. There's all these numbers. That's a lot of numbers. And it's just really a lot of numbers, okay? But 1, 9, and 2 show up the most. Double the 2 twice, you can get 1922, which is the same year that King Tut's tomb was discovered. And that's what brings us. And there's a sarcophagus in the hallway of Anubis' house that has these numbers engraved on it. And that's where the next clue is.
It's 1922. Yes.
And inside of that clue, and that clue says, there's another clue. And by this point, Patricia has joined in on Sabuna. So now we have Nina, we have Amber, we have Fabian, and we have Patricia. Patricia didn't sacrifice anything. They didn't do a ritual for Patricia, or at least we didn't see anything for it. So if she did have a ritual and some initiation, we're not sure about it. But maybe she's sacrificing Joy because Joy's gone or something. I don't know. Really don't know here. But let's continue on. Be lettered and clasped. Here's the one place where yesterday always follows tomorrow.
Be leathered and clasped. Here's the only place where yesterday always follows tomorrow.
A dictionary? But in this case, it's an Arabic dictionary. And in this Arabic dictionary, they open it, they find it, but something happens along the way. Before they find out that's an Arabic dictionary, something happens to Alfie, which causes him to go to the hospital. He had an herbal concoction of one of Victor's elixirs that he's been trying to make down in the cellar. And it scares Nina that this is what it's becoming to. And she gives up Sabuna. She gives Fabian her locket. She quits Sabuna. She quits Sabuna in House of Identity, House of Emergency. She's like, I'm done, guys. I can't keep doing this.
I hope you're doing better than I am with the latest riddle.
It's my fault Alfie's in the hospital.
No, it's not. Patricia should never have left that bottle in her bag.
Don't you understand? I'm like some curse. I was the one who was given the locket. I found the cylinders. I wish I could just go back in time and turn down the scholarship.
No, don't talk like that. Sarah chose you for a reason, Nina.
So, Captain Nina, Fabian still hasn't solved the riddle. I still can't get hold of Rufus. Alfie's still in hospital.
Am I picking up some weird romantic tension in here?
Guys, I can't do this anymore. Sabuna, I'm out.
But it lasts for like barely a second, because the very next episode, maybe about 10 minutes in, she's back in Sabuna. However, and she figures out that it's the Arabic dictionary. She opens it with her locket because we learned that even that Amber can't use the locket. Only Nina can.
Wow. It's a superpower clasp.
It's really stuck. Try the locket. It's opened stuff before. Here, let me try.
It only works for you.
So they open it, nothing's there. They find out that it needed to be with some light, some heat, to reveal invisible ink. And this one's actually a very interesting riddle. Fabian reads it, and he reads it under the eyes of Horus, a globe and hollow lie, 2 right for eternity, and just 1 left to die. But when we read it ourselves, it reads, under the eyes of Horus, a globe and hollow lie, 2 right for eternity, but just 1 left to die. That is a difference between and but, whereas earlier we had Nina just skipping over the word the.
It's invisible ink. The heat from the torch must be making it appear.
What does it say? There! That's it, it's coming through.
Under the eyes of Horus, a globe and hollow lie. 2 right for eternity, and just 1 left to die.
This one has always just interested me, just because I think it's just funny that it's read differently than it's said. And it just has always just blown my mind. What does it mean? What does it mean? Well, in Anubis' house, at the end of the banisters, there are hollow globes at the end of each one. And that's what it means. Turn it twice to the right, and you get another puzzle piece. However, Victor confiscates this one.
2.
Yes! And it's another strange-shaped object.
What do we have here?
Yes. What have you got there?
But don't worry, they get it back. And another one, apparently. But how do we open these pieces? Before we get to the one that Victor has, we have this one. Victor takes it, they have a play, Sabrina gets it back. And Nina opens it with Sarah's numerology numbers, 11, 01, 01, 1915.
Sarah? What are you doing here?
You're not giving up on me, are you, Nina?
No. Never.
Good. Because it's just beginning. 11, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1915.
Sorry, what does that mean?
11, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 9, 1, 5.
Boom, it opens. And I'm pretty sure this is how we get the clue to where the second one of this piece is like. Because we have, my father's father stands tall, his face and hands from circles around Isis and Osiris, and Horus the sun reveals me.
What did you do with the riddle?
Riddle? What riddle? We have another riddle.
Amber, will you stop repeating everything?
Well, no one tells me anything, apparently.
Okay. My father's father stands tall. His face and hands together turn circles around Isis and Osiris, and Horus, the sun, reveals me.
Which leads us to the grandfather clock. Put the clock at 3 o'clock, boom, a secret panel opens up, and there's where the other piece would be. However, it wasn't there because that's the one that Victor had found originally. How he found it, I'm not sure because we're never given that information, but he found it. But he couldn't find what was inside of it because he wouldn't have the numbers. The numbers were Nina's numbers. So the first one was Sarah's numbers. The second one is Nina's numbers. 11, 07, 07, 1995. Her numerology and her date of birth. The next thing we get is the house starts to shake.
Is that it?
Guys?
Awaken the voice.
What does it mean?
Kind of scary. It just says awaken the voice. And where are we at? Our cylinders. The blank cylinder. Boom, another clue. Inside this clue. To find the secret of the past, look beyond this world through glass.
This casing doesn't look right to me. Look, it's different from the others. I think it might come off.
You're a genius!
What does it say?
To find the secret of the past, look beyond this world through glass.
Okay. Telescope. They originally thought it was a mirror, but Amber said, you can't see through a mirror. And Nina's like, I should have just asked you. You're the mirror expert.
Before anyone says anything about a mirror, it's not a mirror. We've already checked them all.
You can't see through mirrors anyway.
Good point. I should have come to you first as the mirror expert.
And so they go through the telescope, and there's something written on the moon. Unleash the power and light the way. Find the demisphere hidden below.
There it is! There's something written. I can't make it out, though. Can you?
Unleash the power and light the way. Find the demisphere hidden below.
Whatever does that mean? But the house starts to talk to Nina. Because when we're at this point, oh, I forgot to tell you something very important. First of all, Alfie is now included in Sabuna. But also, Sarah was born in 1915. She's kind of old. She passes away after visiting Anubis' house. And she starts showing up to Nina in dreams. And then the house starts speaking to her. We believe that this is Sarah speaking to Nina. As we have now figured out, when Nina starts hearing things from the house, that Nina's this chosen person. She's the chosen one. And it's a big deal. And it scares Nina because it's a lot of pressure. But Sarah trusted Nina with this. She knew Nina was ready. She had to have known. I don't think she would have passed on the locket to Nina had she not known that she was ready. So, back to where we were. The house speaks to Nina and shows her the demisphere under the chandelier.
Demisphere. Demisphere.
She gets another puzzle piece, another clue. Inside the core of my enemy's pride is where the final relic hides.
Inside the core of my enemy's pride is where the final relic hides.
What the heck does that mean? Corbière.
Inside the core of my enemy's pride is where the final relic hides.
The final relic. I can't believe we're so close.
Cool. Cool.
You sound just like Corbière, Amber. Core.
That's it.
Patricia, Amber, genius.
I know! Why?
Twist its neck. Boom. Puzzle piece. But the puzzle pieces end.
Try turning its head?
Excuse me?
I saw this film once.
Weird taste in films you got. Okay, I'll try wringing the bird's neck, but I don't... Oh, gross.
Ugh.
And? What does that mean?
Maybe it means we've come to the end of the search?
So, where's the cup?
We still don't know really what this all means. But we find out we don't know a lot. Now I'm going to pause here. This is all of the mystery. This is all of the clues, all of the mystery and all that great stuff. But there's a character that I need to enlighten you on. He goes by the name of Rufus Zeno, but his alias is Renee Zeldman. He's not a good guy. He is what's known as a betrayer to Victor and his society. He tries to help Patricia find joy. He shows her pictures, 3 pictures on top of that, but they're the same photo, just zoomed in. Like, take a look at this. It's the same picture, just zoomed in more and more the more you see it. But he's so greedy. He wants to live forever, just like Victor. But he will do whatever it takes to get his hands on what he wants. He's a really cruel villain. He's most likely a better villain than Victor. I would go so far to say that. Rufus Zeno can be creepy and scary. He scares me more with how he treated Jerome than he did Patricia. I mean, he kidnapped Patricia on top of that, but with Jerome, he just gets more vile and wicked. When he comes back in House of Forever, he is all about trying to get his hands on the cup. Because these 7 pieces of puzzle pieces that Sabuna has found assemble the cup of ink, the cup of immortality. If you drink the elixir of life from the cup, you will be immortal. However, Rufus figured it out and Victor doesn't get it. It's a life for a life. So if someone truly drank from the cup with the elixir, someone will die to give that person immortality. But Victor and his society never really realized that. Joy went missing because they thought that she was the chosen one. But you want to know something about Joy? Joy and Nina share the same birthday. However, Joy was born July 7th at 7 p.m., whereas Nina was born just really early in the morning. Bet you it was 7 a.m., according to Fabian.
Nothing happened. I'm not the chosen one. There is no cup.
They told you that being the chosen one was something to do with your birthday, right?
Yeah, 7th of July.
Mine's the 7th of July, too.
What? Joy, you were born 7 a.m., right? At the 7th hour on the 7th of the 7th?
No, 7 p.m.
Nina?
I don't know. Sometime early in the morning, though.
I bet it was 7 a.m. The
true seventh hour. It would be the American, wouldn't it?
The seventh month, the seventh day, the seventh hour. That's what makes it a chosen one. So which means that if Nina's birthday or if Sarah's birthday was July 1st or January 1st, 1915, she was born at 1 o'clock in the morning. And that's how the chosen one goes. Okay? So we're caught up on that. Joy's not the chosen one because she can't assemble a cup. And when Nina assembles a cup of ink with the incantation, with this circle of life, I seal the circle of life.
You are the chosen one, Nina. This is your destiny. Make the cup.
You have to say the incantation. With this circle of light, I seal the circle of life.
With this circle of light, I seal the circle of life. With this circle of light, I seal the circle of life. Nothing's happening.
Why is nothing happening? Nina, look, your lockers.
That's the most beautiful accessory I've ever seen.
The cup is assembled. Sarah and her parents appear. Sarah touches the cup and says, "The cup has been restored. We can now rest in peace."
Sarah, what's happening?
Take the cup. Now the cup has been restored. The curse can be lifted. We can rest in peace. Take it. Hide it. Keep it safe.
Remember this moment. Remember this scene. Got it? That's going to be very important. Not for this video, for the contradictions. That's one of the most important things you will learn in this video of what I'm going to say next time. So now that we've done season one is all perfect and good and dandy and happy. Season two. Season two has a lot tied in with it. We have all of our characters, Mick and Mara together, whatever. You know, we like Mick and Mara. It keeps Mick off of Amber and it keeps Mara off of somebody that she tries to go for later. But Baby and Nina are together. Right now. And Alfie is going for Amber, and I couldn't be happier. I really couldn't be happier. I love Amber and Alfie. Amber and Alfie are like my happy place. They're so cute. But I have 6 names on here. Who is Eddie? We meet him in season 2. Before we get into season 2, I actually want to give some information about the actors themselves. At least all of Fabian, Patricia, Amber, and Alfie are all played by actors and actresses who are English. The actress who plays Nina, her name is Natalia Ramos. She was born in Madrid, Spain. So she's actually a Spanish-American actress. She now has her U.S. citizenship, so she is a Spanish-American actress. But at the time, I believe she was only a Spanish actress. And I mean, they don't have like strong accents, so she was able to play this American character. But I love that she is a non-American actress playing an American character. I thought that was really cool. The actor who plays Eddie, his name is Berkeley Duffield. If you've seen things on Nickelodeon, like the movie Jinx, Berkeley Duffield played in that movie. But Berkeley Duffield is a Canadian actor. So once again, he is another non-American actor playing an American character. How cool is that? I just think it's absolutely, it blows my mind. I think it's amazing. For the most part, all of these actors are English nationality. The actor who plays Victor, his name is Francis McGee. He was born in Ireland, so he's actually an Irish actor. But for the most part, they are all with English nationality. But let's move on to season 2, because season 2 is where things get wild. They're all back at the boarding school. Eddie doesn't arrive until later in the series. But things don't stop there. When we first come back to Anubis' house, Sabina has a reunion in the attic. Nina puts a cup of ink in another secret panel in the attic. Attic is cleared out for someone else to stay because Trudy is going over to Frobisher Library to work for an exhibition there. And a new house mother by the name of Vera Devenish is coming to Anubis' house. Well, sounds great. Sounds wonderful. She seems interesting, especially with the fact that when we first meet her, she's carrying a taxidermy dog. I'm sorry, I don't really like taxidermy. It kind of weirds and creeps me out. Anyways, nothing really happens in the first episode other than a doll where we get this clue of the Athenaeum is a place to look. Lift the wings to find the book. Hidden in this book of old, water of life and tears of gold.
The Athenaeum is the place to look. Lift the wings to find the book. Hidden in this book of old, water of life and tears of gold.
Water of life.
Athenaeum is a library. And then water of life is the elixir. But what is tears of gold and what does that have to do with anything? We don't know that yet. Next episode, we get Spirit Lady Sankara. She's a forgotten ruler, and she's there to force, and I mean force, Nina to find the mask of Anubis. Well, yippee-ki-yay. I stole that from, isn't that from Sarah Callie's Wild West? I think it is. Oh, well, that's part of my childhood. Well, I think, I don't know. Anyways, I love getting so distracted. So, Nina does this, but she does not want to include her other Sabunas. She doesn't want to include Fabian or Amber or Patricia or Alfie. She doesn't want to get them involved and get them hurt because Sankara said, find the mask of Anubis or forfeit your life.
Find it. Bring it. And you shall weep tears of gold.
Find what?
The mask of Anubis, child. Find it before anyone else. Or forfeit your life.
She also gives her this lovely mark of Anubis right on her arm. Nina does it. But Fabian gets involved. That's what he does. And then Amber gets involved. Shocker, am I right? But for now, it's just the 3 originals. It is just Nina, it's just Fabian, and it's just Amber. However, you know, they start through it. And the first thing we find is the antechamber with the code 1890, which is the year that Anubis' house was built. It wasn't named Anubis until 1922. So they find the Robert Frobisher Smythe's antechamber. Find this bookcase. Amber pulls a book and boom, she's in these tunnels. There's tunnels underneath the house, behind the bookshelf, in the cellar, all of this stuff. And a beacon starts scanning her, but then it blinds her. And a riddle left by Robert Frobisher Smythe is played. To those who have trespassed where they do not belong, the beacon of light is your warning song. Your eyes shall not see, all will be dark, until Ra completes his blazing arc.
What do you see back there?
Nothing! And I mean nothing! There's a big flash of light and now my eyes
trespassed where they do not belong. The beacon of light is your warning song. Your eyes shall not see, all shall be dark, until Ra completes his blazing arc.
We are in the chamber of Thoth. Thoth is the god of wisdom. This is Thoth. Now, Thoth has some puzzles attached to his chamber. The first one is a beacon. And these amulets, which we will find in Robert's antechamber, are what saves your eye from being blinded by the beacon. As long as you're wearing it, the beacon will scan right over you. I will put on this one because this one is Nina's locket. This is Nina's amulet. And again, I am Nina. When we get to her chamber, now Thoth, this amulet was Victor's amulet. Because eventually Victor gets his own amulet and is down in the tunnels doing his own thing. So let's continue. Once we get to the beacon, they can't really go further until they get the book test. The book test spells Robert Frobisher Smythe, his full-on name. And I actually created an escape room for some of my friends for House of Anubis, where I took all of season 2 and put it into an escape room. And I had my friend design these books. And I'm gonna pop a picture right there. I was very proud of them. I wish I still had them. But I was nice and let my friends keep them.
What is it?
It's a shiny and expensive I call dibs.
Book test, a cube appears. Break the cube, form it into a triangle, and that opens the next door. And now we are in the chamber of Sobek, the crocodile-headed goddess. The chamber of Sobek has the hopscotch test. Traverse the grid of step or hop. Follow the sequence, do not stop. All must complete the hopscotch test before the ceiling stays at rest.
Traverse the grid with step or hop. Follow the sequence, do not stop. All must complete the hopscotch test before the ceiling stays at rest.
I can't hopscotch to save my life.
And how do you get across it? Amber said it best. Moo, ba, woof, quack, meow. Cow, ram, dog, ibis, cat.
Moo? Ba? Woof? Quack meow. What?
Did you get it?
Cow, sheep, dog, duck, cat.
Yeah. Moo, ba, woof, quack meow.
What? Do I not get 5? I saw the smoke.
You get a 3. Maximum.
Piece of cake, right? Sure. Fabian's not good at hopscotch, but he does it because his life depended on it.
Okay, let's do this before I lose any more street cred.
Oh, Fabian, like you have any to lose.
Once they get across the hopscotch test, now they're at a chasm. Again, we're still in the chamber of Sobek. But this piece of material, this pathway that they have, this bridge that they have to put over this chasm is so heavy that Amber says, it's time to get the gang back together, Sabuna.
It's time to get the gang back together.
It's time to get the gang back together. We need that extra strength. Patricia and Alfie are now back involved. Oh, forgot. The Chamber of Sobek, this is Alfie's amulet. This is the amulet that Alfie gets. And eventually, Sabrina gets the bridge, they put it on the chasm, and then they have the pendulum test, this is actually a very interesting test because they make a song for the way that the pendulums are swinging. But when they say it, it's never the same. It's never the same thing. It's just different patterns.
Okay. Turn around, Patricia. Don't move. Just turn around.
May not make sense.
A, B, A, C, A, B, C, D, A, B, A, C, B, C, D, and it loops again. A, C, A, C. A, B, C, D, A. C, A, C, A, B, C, D, A.
Once they all get across to the pendulum test, the next test is the tunnel of phobias.
Open sesame. I hope.
No, could not be me. But I absolutely think this scene is such a big moment for Amber and Alfie. But Nina is the one to get through the entire tunnel, pull the lever, and open up to the next chamber. The next chamber is the spiderweb test. In the chamber of Neith, the goddess of weaving and war. Spiders weave webs. This is Fabian's amulet. Now, of this amulet, I do have two. I had to rebuy the amulets because I had some friends who I gave them to who never gave them back. But the friend that I gave this one to was kind of rude, and she actually broke it and then glued it back together. Like you can see the line here and here. It just was completely broken and shattered, which I just think is disrespectful to the show and to the amulets. These things cost a lot of money, and not that I don't care how much money things cost really, but I don't know. I put a lot of effort into buying these for them, and I don't know. I thought it was kind of rude. Not the point of the video, but I do have two of the spiderweb tests. This one actually has two riddles assigned to it. Sabrina can't figure out how to get through the spiderweb test. So Sarah gives them a clue from the dollhouse. Upon the foundation on which this house rests lies a solution to the spiderweb test. To find the armorer in Scholar's Hollow, the silver thread of fate you must follow.
Upon the foundation on which this house rests lies the solution to the spiderweb test. To find the armorer and Scholar's Hollow, the silver thread of fate you must follow.
There's a picture of Louisa and Robert Frobisher Smythe in the living room. Take down the photo and there's a silver thread behind it. Pull the thread and boom of magic, big old spider comes raining down. Inside of its abdomen is its babies. Put the babies on the hooks in the web. Oh, on the back of the mother spider is the second riddle. To pass beyond the weaver's throne, lay her daughters in their home. Move with care through her poison loom. The scarlet thread may spell your doom.
To pass beyond the weaver's throne, lay her daughters in their home. Move with care through her poisoned loom. The scarlet thread may spell your doom.
There's 3 threads. Silver thread for a spider bite. The yellow will cause you to hallucinate and panic. And the scarlet thread, according to that riddle, well, you're dead. But to kind of go through this, they put the spiders on their assigned hook. Silver baby spider, silver hook. Yellow, yellow. Red, red. Mother spider goes in the big imprint in the beginning. See, when they first see that, Amber was like, I hope, what do you think goes there? I hope not a giant spider.
I'm hoping not a giant spider.
After they put the 3 hooks, the 3 spiders on the hooks, the door to the next chamber opens up. Nina darts through because she thinks that's the only chance she's going to have to get through this task. She goes through it, the door closes behind her, and she's in the next chamber. The chamber where her amulet reigns. But she sees these glowing eyes just freaking out at her. She's screaming, she's panicking. It's a dark room and there's just red glowing eyes right in front of you. But it's okay, it's just segment. We'll get to segment in a minute. They hurry and put the big spider in the imprint. The threads disappear. Chamber door opens and Nina's out of there.
Nina, what is it?
I think there's something in here.
Segment. They say it's a goddess of medicine, but she's not. Okay, so Segment is not the Egyptian goddess of medicine. And I have this book that says Who's Who in Egyptian Mythology. I'm going to read to you what it says under Segment. Segment is just known as a powerful one, a goddess of destruction and heat, but it says more about her. She's a lion goddess who personified the fierce, destructive heat of the sun. Her name literally means the powerful one. She's been called the great and terrible lion goddess who belched fire. She was also honored as a goddess of war and battle who could be both punitive and death-dealing. So I don't know where they got this idea of she is a goddess of medicine, but that's not the case. That's not really anything contradicting to the storyline. So we'll let them get away with just the goddess of medicine, but she's not the goddess of medicine. But we're in the alchemy test, and we have different beakers that we need to pour into her lioness head and blow up the door. Black liquid gone, the taste of the great bitter lake, balm of the nomad, oil of the Egyptian wedding flower, sweet scent of morning essence, fire of Prometheus. You know, the only regret I have with this show right now is we only learned a few of these. We don't learn what all of these mean. But I promise I will take time to figure out what all 6 of these mean, and I'll make a video on it. As we move on to the next test, we move on to the Chamber of Hathor. Hathor. Did I show Nina's amulet? I don't know if I did or not, but this is Nina's amulet, Chamber of Segment. Next, we move on to the Chamber of Hathor. This is Amber's amulet, and the Song of Hathor is it's the horn test. And being the great person I am, I wrote it down. I'm a music major, and I wrote down the Song of Hathor. Shout out to my friend Gabby for actually helping me figure out how it goes. They get through that, and the next chamber that they're in is the Chamber of Horus. I think Horus has the most beautiful amulet of all of them. It's just very It's amazing. I think it's absolutely beautiful. It's stunning. For the Chamber of Horus, we have 6 little stars that borrow light. A secret falcon takes its flight. Seek the star in the jackal's lair. Be always vigilant and beware. For the quester who completes this task shall find the chamber of the mask.
In 6 little stars that borrow light, a secret falcon takes its flight. Seek the star in the jackal's lair. Be always vigilant and beware. For the quester that completes this task will find the chamber of the mask.
If they complete this task, they will be in the chamber of Anubis. But let's get on with the chamber of Horus first. 6 little stars that borrow light. It's not just a mirror. It's not a mirror. It's specific items that have a secret falcon hidden on them. Sarah's doll has a glass eye. Then there's Sarah's music box mirror, Victor's father's pocket watch, a medicine cup from the cupboard in the kitchen, a mosaic piece from like an art structure, and then there's when they had this figured out that it was sunset from season 1, they saw a sunset stained glass. The red part of that sun is their 6th piece. All 6 of those items will create a secret falcon, and boom, they're finally done. This is Patricia's amulet. And finally, they are in the chamber of Anubis. Anubis doesn't have an amulet, but I forgot that this one's on the bottom of my stack. This is a snake, and it represents the antechamber. When they are putting in the code for 1890, Amber says, it looks like snakes. It's not snakes, it was 8s. Or something along those lines. But this was actually Vera's amulet. But no one in Anubis' house, none of Sabuna actually had this amulet. I give the snake to Eddie though, just because. In the Chamber of Anubis, we have the game of Senate, and I absolutely love this task. So, in the Chamber of Anubis, the first clue, they have to play the game of Senate. We don't really know what we're doing here. And so they step out on the board, and Fabian, they hear the riddle by Robert Publisher Smythe. It's very dark, but when they step on the board, they can see the mask at the end of the game board. And the riddle left by Robert Publisher Smythe is played. The golden prize will tempt the fool. The wise should heed this golden rule. This game of Senate you cannot win. Only the reckless will even begin. One wrong move will seal your fate, an end too dark to contemplate.
The golden prize will tempt the fool. The wise should heed this golden rule.
Publisher Smythe.
This game of Senate you cannot win. Only the reckless will even begin. One wrong move will seal your fate, an end too dark to contemplate.
Well, Sabina has to play the game, regardless. But Nina falls in House of Dreams, House of Pitfalls. And another riddle left by Robert Publisher Smythe is played. My warnings ignored, now comes the cost. Continue the task and all will be lost. For the fallen friends you wish to reclaim, you have no choice but to finish the game.
My warnings ignored, now count the cost. Continue the task and all will be lost. But if fallen friends you wish to reclaim, you have no choice but to finish the game.
Eventually they do, with the help of Joy. They don't get the mask. They choose fallen friends. They have to choose between fallen friends or the mask of Anubis. They choose fallen friends. But going back to the afternoon is a place to look, lift the wings to find the book. When that spot was originally looked at by Victor, The Book of Isis was not there, which is what they were looking for. What was there was a second key hidden by Robert Frobisher Smythe, and that opened to the mask. However, that mask was not the real mask. And because of Nina's chosen one powers, she can see another riddle. The true mask still waits, hidden for all to see. The portal of the mind awakes. The paragon is the key.
The true mask still waits, hidden for all to see. The portal of the mind awakes. The paragon is the key.
Now, throughout this whole season, while Sabuna is working on the chamber and the task and all of Robert's crazy shenanigans, Jerome has his own thing where he's trying to restore the Frobisher gem in the shield. That Frobisher gem is the third eye in the Mask of Anubis. But guess what? That's not all. Season 2 is so insane. There's the whole chambers. There's Jerome and everything going on. There's Eddie. Eddie has his own thing. Eddie has his own background and history, but he's also really cool. When we first meet Eddie, he's kind of just chilling, hanging around, and Patricia knocks him to his feet and he's like, "You woke me." And so they go on this whole little conversation here. They're just they're so great. I love Patricia and Eddie. They're kind of their own, they're a couple. They're a couple and we stand them. I feel like if anyone ever dates me, it's going to be a Patricia and Eddie kind of thing. Because I'm very Patricia, I'm very feisty, and I can be very feisty. But I can be fun too. So there's that. But he tells Patricia, "I don't need another lecture, okay, Hermione?" And Joy is with her, and she gasps, and then Patricia's like, "Great, that's all we need." And they're patronizing Americans whose only reference to the UK is Harry Potter.
Whoa. Stick your feet in, will you?
You woke me.
Yeah, well, student lounges are for lounging, not sleeping. Clues in the name?
Okay. I was on a plane for 8 hours, and then I was on a train for 4 more, and now I'm in Boresville, UK, and don't need a lecture. Okay, Hermione?
Great, that's all we need. Another patronizing American whose only reference to the UK is Harry Potter.
I'm going to be honest, if any of you guys know Harry Potter, please leave me comments or something to give me some more insight on Harry Potter. I know there's a spider, and I don't like spiders in Harry Potter. At least I know there's in Chamber of Secrets. I'm Slytherin. That's my house. But yeah, leave me comments, Harry Potter. If you've gotten this far in the video, leave your house comment. Leave what house you are in Harry Potter. So we have that going on. We have all of Patricia like, "Oh my gosh, I like him, but he makes me just, I like him. I don't even know how to tell him. I just don't know how to be nice to him." Honestly, I feel like that's how I am with my crush right now. I mean, I can be nice to them because I really like them, but I feel like in a way I'm being really Patricia to them, and they're like losing feelings for me, and I don't know what to do, but it's fine. Anyways, I'm sorry, I keep saying anyways a lot. So
Seriously, tell him you like him, otherwise he's just gonna lose interest.
Calm. I mean, I want to say, "Eddie, I like you, you're cute and all that stuff." By the time he gets to here, he comes out as, "Get out of my face, Eddie, you freak."
Yeah, you say that a lot.
I know. I like him. Like, I really do. But I can't handle it when he's nice to me. It just makes me feel like such a horrible person.
this show just makes me super excited, and I just want to go on tangents and rampages about everything. But I forgot I've never mentioned what this box is. One of my friends got this for me for Christmas, and it's supposed to represent the shadow box from season 2. Now, it's not exact. You can't get the exact thing from it. I keep nothing in here. It's blank. I don't know. You can't really see inside of it, but it's just empty. Promise it's empty. And it's what it represents. And Victor and Vera use the shadow box to lure Sabuna into doing their game of Senate, and that's where they lose Alfie. They end up losing Nina, Amber, Patricia, and Alfie all in the game of Senate. Here's how. Nina falls in House of Dreams, House of Pitfalls by Fabian. Amber and Patricia also fall because of Fabian due to being on the same square. You can't be on the same square in the game of Senate. Then Alfie falls by the cause of Victor in the luring. However, Joy said, just give me some more time and I'll figure it out. Well, Sabina works under risk and they just do whatever they need to. And Joy said, well, I think you're all insane. And Amber said, and that's why you will never be a Sabina. Joy is not a Sabina, and if you think she is, if you're a fan and you think that Joy is a Sabina, you're wrong, because she can't take the risks. She's not there for it. So that's what this box represents. And season 2 is just really an amazing season. We also have Rufus Zeno back in season 2. We don't learn about him till way later on. That he is, if you don't want a spoiler alert, skip over a bit. I would say probably about 5 minutes. I'm about to tell you who he is in the show, and I don't want you to hear that if you don't want to, so just skip over. Rufus Zeno is a collector, and he plays a big deal, and he is working with Vera, and they're working hand in hand together, and things just happen. And it's insane. It's just insane, which is why I love season 2, is because everything with Rufus and Vera and Victor and Sabina and, oh God, Joy. This is where we hate Joy, because she just is rude to Nina, and she does a lot of horrible things to Nina. So we have that, and we have Mick and Mara, and we have Jerome, and Poppy, his sister, is there, which I didn't get to talk about Poppy at all, but
Anyone would think you're trying to avoid me. Big mistake. If you want to buy my silence, here's a list of my demands. Same time tomorrow, Clark.
Season 2 is just a lot, and it's amazing, and it's just great. But I think season 2 is a better season with the mystery, with Sankara. Sankara is by far the best villain in House of Anubis in the House of Anubis franchise. Victor's got his own thing. He's got his, it's 10 o'clock. You know what that means. You have 5 minutes precisely. And then I want to be able to hear a pin drop.
It's 10 o'clock. You know what that means. You have 5 minutes precisely. And then I want to hear a pin drop.
He's got that going for him. He's got his whole elixir of life. Then you have Rufus and his wickedness and his threats. But then you have Sankara, who's a forgotten ruler and scares her enemies and forces people to do her bidding. You can't get worse than that. But overall, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and just learning about House of Anubis and just how incredible season 1 and season 2 is and the foundation that it has. I hope that this video can be enlightening to you, and I cannot wait to share with you guys the contradictions of season 3 of how it goes against what you've learned today with me in season 1 and season 2. I'll see you guys next time. This is Just Jen signing off.